So it looks like we're going to be seeing Fighter Lexington versus Fighter Shokaku. Crying Stripper just kind of avoiding. We've been seeing that a lot too, where the destroyers aren't just rushing into cap and getting spotted and then getting focused down. So we'll see. Already, Kantai Fleet is pushing right into C. They didn't slow down at all like Crying Stripper did, so now we got some communication. 3 Bensons. I hope they get a bit more aggressive, and it looks like they kind of split up even, so this is going to be... You got to hope that they bet good on this one, because they're going to have 3 Bensons rolling towards C-Cap, and most likely the destroyers are going to be kind of split up, basically. And you got to hope that the 2 Bensons at least are on C-Cap instead of 2 being on A-Cap. So we're going to be seeing some action with Submarine Wahoo, which we know very well from the past weeks, almost being in range of Crying Stripper and being spotted already. Submarine Wahoo has got to be very careful and has got to start getting out of here if I'm him. If I'm him, I drop torps and I bail. He's spotted by planes, he can't do too much. If I'm him, I turn off the AA and I absolutely bail. Newsport right there. Newport News. Shots are in for Submarine Wahoo. 3 Bensons chasing him down, but he might be able to get out of there, actually. Turns off the AA. The Cruiser's off Cruiser Euro there as well. So all this shots in from these Bensons, and there he is, Submarine Wahoo. Gets the cap, gets out. I don't think he took any damage anyway. Cruiser Euro going to start putting some damage on these battleships. And there you go, three Bensons to the none over here. If you guys can't see, but on A-Cap right now, there's at least 1 destroyer and a cruiser over there. And the thing is that Fog Fleet is pushing C-Cap so hard that that cruiser and that destroyer are completely worthless. Yes, they're going to be able to cap the A-Cap and probably cap the B-Cap, but if they can rush these guys fast enough, they're going to be able to get these 2 kills, maybe even 3 kills, before the enemy team can even do anything. Let's jump up to Hegzilla. And these guys are going to be stuck behind this island, and they have 3 Bensons right in their face, with Submarine Wahoo being in range of Hegzilla as well. Hegzilla dodges the RNG that is the dive bombers, shots in on Submarine Wahoo, taking still no damage. He's running the Matrix, and there's Carrier Midway, only 15 kilometers away from all his battleships, and is now spotted. These guys need to make their move quick and get these kills, because if they don't, they're going to be absolutely flanked from this B-Cap. You got to think that just off to Hegzilla's left is going to be a cruiser and a destroyer, and these guys need to take advantage of them outnumbering these guys probably, what, 9-6 right now. And just like that, Carrier Yuhyu and a Carrier Zukaki are there's Hegzilla can put up some defensive torps, maybe keep them in there as long as he can. But now he's got to be careful, because he doesn't have any torps to put on these guys. Getting relatively close to Newport News. This is going to be some action right here. So this whole team, the whole fleet, is hiding behind this one rock. They were completely pinched off, and Hegzilla wasn't able, and the other Bensons weren't able to rotate as quick as they could. So there's the whole fleet of fog. They gotta watch Destroyer Taylor, because Destroyer Taylor could easily get a flank on these guys. There's a lot of ships in a short little alleyway right here. Destroyer Taylor's gonna watch out for those torps. I think he'll probably end up dodging them. Zukuko. Alright, I'll try my best. Not many ships taking big damage. Some of the destroyers took some couple of hits. Destroyer Johnson probably the lowest out of all of them. Let's jump to him. Zukaku. Okay. That's right. Alright, well, those Cruiser Euro is going to have to make a move, because those torps are spotted. Hegzilla there with about, man, all these destroyers on Fleet of Fog, they take a decent amount of damage, but they don't quite go down as easily as the enemy would sure want them to. Hegzilla just kind of sitting there broadside, hoping to get some torps on Euro. Maybe he's going to hold the torps long enough, and maybe get some good torps on Cruiser Euro right here. Cruiser Euro is going to have to split this opening right here, and we'll kind of see Submarine Wahoo putting in shots on Crying Stripper. But I think Crying Stripper is just behind in that smoke, and we should hopefully be able to just kind of hang in there. Cruiser Euro maybe getting out of the range of those torpedoes, but they're just waiting. Each team is waiting for that first mess up from that enemy team, and right now, no kills, and Fleet of Fog has about a 200-point lead, about 150 or so. And there it is. Hegzilla and Destroyer Johnson, both relatively low, about half-life. Cruiser Newport, sitting about 50k life, so he's fine too. But Carrier Hugh and Zukaku are also there. Cruiser Newport taking a big shot right there. but so much smoke, not much they can do. Battleship Montana has got to kind of be careful, not getting too much of that opening right there, because he knows two ships with destroyer, two torpedoes are going to be right there. There's the torpedoes I'm talking about. Hagzilla might be in some trouble. Montana going to be completely safe, and Crying Strip are going to keep them relatively safe with those defensive style in case they try to get the flank off. Hagzilla sending some torps as well. Mainly just defensive torps, trying to keep them away. Cruiser Yura. This is a pure Mexican standoff right here. We have one team who's completely kind of locked down in one area, and they're kind of Cruiser Congo taking some decent damage, but he's still sitting about 40k, so nothing too big. Cruiser Taylor Destroyer Taylor taking some decent damage, getting down to about 3k life, but he's gonna be able to get away. Cruiser Yura popping down the smoke. Oh, there's some torps in on Kolchak. Might take one, maybe two. Battleship Montana gonna be taking some big torpedoes right there. Oh boy. See, this is down goes to about 17k life on those cross torps from Destroyer Taylor, and these guys have to be careful right now because I don't even know if he has a repair. Submarine Wahoo might be able to push up right here and put some big torpedoes on, but that's what they didn't want. I mean, look at these battleships just taking torpedoes all day. Yamato gonna be taking torpedoes now. These guys went into a shooting gallery. It takes 3 torpedoes to the side. They're just giving away their lives right now. With Kantai Fleet not taking barely any damage. Cruiser Quincy taking a little bit of damage. More torpedoes in for Fleet Admiral, but other than that, they're making this push, but they're just taking so much damage in doing so. Well, they have Submarine Wahoo and Cruiser Yura. Down goes Congo. Kolchak taking another torpedo. Yamato taking 2 more. These guys have taken maybe 10, 12 torpedoes in a short amount of time. Kolchak is going to be going down as well. The second battleship down for the team. They made this push. I don't think it quite went down. Newport taking some big damage as well. Newport News is going to have those torpedoes. I don't know if he's already launched his. Yamato making that, using the body of his fallen friend as cover from those torpedoes. Oh, Yamato going down in almost one salvo. Or not Yamato, who was that? It was Yamato. They have Yamato and Montana. Yubari basically down to about 1,000 life, taking shots from everybody. Montana taking big shots from everybody as well. Not much more they're going to be able to do. This game's going to be over relatively quickly. Zukaku taking some solid damage. Cruiser Yubari down to about 61 life. Hanging on as long as he can. Can he at least get torps out? Get a decent trade? Nope, down he goes. Hagzilla putting some torps in on the guys on BCAP. But not too much they're going to be able to do. This is going to be GG relatively quick. Sub 10 minutes. Hagzilla, if he goes down, that's game. Maybe might get a reset. Will Kantai get out of this game without even losing an enemy? Without even losing a friendly? And there we go. Interesting plays, exactly. Kantai Fleet, I thought was going to get out of position, and Fleet of Fog was going to be able to push the... They completely outnumbered them. that was a brutal game right there, because Fleet of Fog had the numbers on that side, and they had the potential to push that team and just outnumber them. Maybe they get the, you know, the 2-for-1 trade in a couple situations. But that was a slaughter. That was a slaughter. Those guys went right through that opening, if you can still see it right here. They went through that opening. They had a Kutuzov and 2 Bensons right there, just lobbing torpedoes that way. And all those battleships went almost perfectly in the line. If I'm Fleet of Fog, I say maybe you commit to that push a bit farther, a bit closer, and... quicker, I guess, and use those numbers to your advantage. They maybe took a little bit too long. They were able to get the BCAP relatively quickly, and from there they take all those cross torpedoes. There was probably 150,000 damage total of torpedoes hitting those battleships before they could even engage around that island. With Newport News being able to lock it down with the Tirpitz torpedoes as well. Kantai Fleet escaping the game without losing anybody. They all go home to see their mom besides Bot 1. Fuck that guy. But other than that, Kantai Fleet with a demanding win on Shatter, arguably one of the least favorite maps for some people. Who in chat here hates Shatter? Because they just wrecked it. But other than that, I don't know what Fleet of Fog does. I think they just have to commit to that push. Say, hey, we're going to lose a couple of ships, but we just got to go for it. And from there, you make that push. You lose 1 or 2 guys, but you take out majority of their fleet. You just push right into them. You know at least 1 destroyer is going to be out there. You have the destroyer advantage. You know 1 cruiser's over there. You have the cruiser advantage on this side. You have to make that push. sacrifice some of your teammates, but take the majority of that team down, and then from there you just push on. They had the carrier even in range at one point, but I mean that's not too big of a target at that time. I think Fleet of Fog needs to make that push a bit harder at the start and just say, we got the numbers, let's go for it, let's bum rush them, let's get this win. They weren't able to, they hesitated a little bit, they made that pass at maybe the perfectly wrong time, and then they just sat there. I mean, there was probably 8, 9, 10 torp pits right in this little area within a minute. They got all their battleships down to about half life, and from there, they were easy pickings from everybody. Too many torpedoes for Fleet of Fog. Kantai with a demanding win.